Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to lesson 5 in the first section of the What is Cryptocurrency section of the Crypted course. Now today we're going to be learning all about mining, in particular Bitcoin mining, but we're also going to be discussing proof of stake as well. So mining, in cryptocurrency terms, has nothing to do with pickaxes and coal mines. Mining is the process in which a cryptographic transaction is processed and validated directly from the blockchain network. First of all, miners collect the transactions from the network into collections of data called blocks. These blocks are then strung together in one continuous line of authority, i.e. the blockchain, which doesn't permit conflicting transactions. The way cryptos make sure that there is one blockchain for each particular asset is that they make the blocks really hard to produce. So instead of just making up a block and then giving yourself 1 million, there is certain criteria that the block has to comply with. This is called hashing. The miners use GPU power from specialized mining rigs that are set up with a software to generate the characters of the hash key until it is found, and then is verified by checking that transaction against the rest of the blockchain. Miners are then rewarded for their work with cryptocurrency payments. Now, we have a little image here to show you to better understand this process. So the Bitcoin transaction lifecycle, Rob's quest to send 0.3 BTC to his friend Laura. So we start. Rob opens his Bitcoin wallet. He scans a copy of Laura's address, fills the amount and the fee. It sends. Then it goes, this is the point where it transfers from the user to the machines. The wallet signs the transaction using Rob's private key. The transaction is propagated and validated by the network nodes. Miners include the transaction in the next block to be mined. So now it's mining time. Mining is the computational process of calculating a certain hash, which is this sort of long number you'd see here. This is what you would expect to see in a hash key. Now the miner who solves the proof of work propagates the new block to the network. Miners include the the nodes verify the result and propagate the next block. Laura sees the first confirmation of the transaction, and then after that it will be confirmed by other nodes on the blockchain to validate that transaction is a legitimate transaction. And that is pretty much the end of the Bitcoin mining process. And it's pretty long-winded, but with technologies improving all the time, this process is getting faster and faster. With cryptocurrencies like XRP being able to process this whole procedure from the confirmation of the transaction to the end in 0.3 seconds, which is absolutely lightning fast when you consider Bitcoin is from 1 to 5 or 6 hours or something like that. So there's a pretty big difference. I've also got another image to show you. It's basically proof of work, which is like Bitcoin, and proof of stake, which is like Ethereum. So, proof of work. So the proof of work is a requirement to define an expensive computer calculation, also called mining, which we just talked about. A reward is given to the first miner who solves each block's problem. Network miners compete to be the first to find a solution for the mathematical problem. So that's what basically proof of work is summed up. Now that against proof of stake. So proof of stake, the creator of a new block is chosen in a sorry, I can't even read that word. Deterministic way, depending on its wealth, also defined as stake. The proof of stake system, there is no block reward, so the miners take the transaction fees. Proof of stake currencies can be several thousand times more cost effective. So there is a big difference in the fact that these two mining processes, even though they are both mining processes. So proof of stake is a lot more rewarding to the miners, even though they don't get the fee for solving the problem, they get the transaction fee. So that's why the Ethereum blockchain is a lot more cost effective and quicker than the blockchain platform. But Bitcoin being the original platform, it gives it that little bit more originality. It's like comparing the Ford Model T, the first Ford that was invented, to cars nowadays. There's a lot of the same technology base is there, but now they are much more efficient and cost effective. So I hope you've learned something today about cryptocurrency mining. Join us in the next lesson tomorrow, which will be all about the rise of Bitcoin. So I hope you enjoy your day, and if you haven't already, subscribe to keep updated with these lessons, and I will catch you tomorrow.